Hi everyone, welcome back to Winmau TV. Here we are, another lockdown episode, sorry, and we've got the king of bling himself. Although he's dressed normally today, it's Mr. Robert George. Bobby, how you going?
Thank you, Philip. Yeah, I'm Robert George when I'm home because I'm scruffy and I'm cutting bit logs up and doing me pubs and going around me lakes. And I'm drinking coffee because I'm Robert George. When I get
How
with the
is
gear on and drink beer, I'm Bobby George.
how is everything at home? How's it all going?
Well, it's all right. I mean, I'm glad I've got so many jobs to do, which I never done for a long while. Like the jobs, I do the big jobs. I thought I'll do that later, that one, and I'll do it later. And you keep looking at it, and then now I'm doing it because I'm never going to run out of jobs here. So I'm busy all the time. I feel sorry for people who live in a flat with kids and that, and got no freedom, can't go nowhere. Must be a nightmare.
I say with everyone on lockdown, is it quite nice to have like a big garden near lakes you can go around? So you are, although we're on lockdown, you've still got that freedom to go and do what you want.
Yeah, I've got all the fresh air, and I've got no one around me. Like only trees. Oak trees don't carry it. So I'll be in trouble if the trees carry that virus. I'll be in trouble. No, yeah. So I'm doing the jobs that I'm not bored. Put it that way. I think
Obviously,
if I was living in a smaller place and no garden, must be a nightmare for people. Must be.
obviously, where you had the operation last year, are you on the high risk or are you okay in that respect of trying to catch the virus?
I'm in the high risk because I've got something. My lungs are not right because I used to dig tunnels years
Yeah.
ago, so I get all the dust. Then I was spraying cars. Then I've done granite floors, all dust. So my lungs are not proper. I don't get enough. I don't know what it's called. Something. What is it called? COPD. COPD.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the Führer's on me. That. So
uh,
I've got to be careful, but you've got to keep to the rules. It's very difficult to keep the rules, but you've got to do it.
yeah,
And
obviously,
people don't keep to the rules. So when you're not ill, uh, it's like if you want a wee, right, and you're dying for a wee, and they say, "Quick, let's find out. I've got to have a wee." The person next to you don't want to go a wee, so he ain't bothered. He just takes his time. You see, because it don't affect them.
yeah.
That's the same sort. I'm trying to explain it. People take it. They thought, oh, "I'll be all right. Nothing wrong with me," and it's dangerous. You can't see it, you can't smell it, but you can feel it, and it's too late then.
Obviously, you've been around a long time. Have you ever known anything like this, like in terms of sport, the way everything is shut down or anything like that?
Not never, never, ever. All right, I remember when I was young, we used to have ration books after the war. So you could only have one bar of chocolate, you could only have so many eggs, that was rationed. They haven't got to that yet. They probably might do if food gets a bit scarce or something. But no, I never had no problems at all. I never know nothing like it because was it not 1919 or 1916 or 99? They had the Spanish flu,
Yeah.
and that killed millions and millions of people. Millions. More people died of Spanish flu than in the Second World War. That's how many people died. Because it's the same thing. Didn't have a vaccination to fight it. They didn't know. So what we got now is it's a modern sort of thing. It dresses up like one of the cells. Apparently, it's got fat around the cell to protect it, and it comes in and does all our protective cells in and gets in their lungs and gives ammonia, and then you're down the Swanee. So you've got to
Not,
be very careful.
oh, 100%. Obviously, in terms of the sport itself, we don't know how long we're going to be on lockdown for. Where do you see the sport after this is all done? Is it going to take time to recover?
Well, the thing is that all the top guys, or the guys who want to still get to the top, they've got to practice. Now, practicing is a boring thing to do. To be honest with you, it's boring, but you've got to practice. But you haven't got the match practice. You're not playing anyone. It's no use. You can't have a mate round and play because you're isolated. So you've got to play and think you're playing someone yourself in your mind, and you always play well. It's different when you get on the hock and it's this game on. So them boys have got to really put the hours in now. They just can't leave it. And it was 3 months, say it might be, but 4 months could be longer. You can't just go up and throw a dart and play the same as you could before this happened. So you've got to be very careful. So it's like, well, Peter Wright's world champion. He ain't earning any money, and he must be gutted as well. It's a bad time for him, isn't it? The world champion should be earning money, good money, but he won't be able to. So he's got to get on the dartboard and get his hair done every week to get used to it again.
2 points off of what you said there. First of all, the world champions agreed. Obviously, Wayne Warren, the BDO world champion.
Yeah,
and
look
Peter
at
Wright.
Wayne Warren. Look, he didn't get the money. That's a joke, that was. He's still world champion, BDO world champion. He's a great guy and he's a very good dart player. That player I've known him for years. What do you get? 23 grand? Mickey Mouse, isn't it? I feel sorry for him. I mean, he's world champion. He ain't going to get nothing out of it. And then Peter Wright, obviously, he won. He got 500 grand. It's a bit of a cushion, isn't it? Against 23 grand.
Yeah.
It's a big, it's peanuts, isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel sorry for him. BDO World Championship was something proper once years ago. It was proper. You had to go in all the tournaments abroad. Not as many as they do now, but you had to keep in the top 16. So you had 8 tournaments to do it, and your goal was getting to the embassy and doing well in the World Championship or trying to win it. But today, you say BDO World Champion, don't mean nothing, does it? It's just nothing. It's a shame. It's a shame for him, really.
Going back to what you said about match practice as well, how long will it take players to get that match sharpness back once we are up and running?
I don't know, because it never happened before. That's the problem. You don't know. But in my opinion, I don't think their players good as they did before this event, because at the stage, it's going to take them a few weeks to get into it. Especially in the Premier League, they've got to be right on their toes. But if they're all the same, then it's the same. It'd be the same value, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
So, but they've got to practice. That's all. Terrible, horrible.
I'm guessing when we do come back,
if you could have a Winmau board, say blue one day, green the next, right, silver the next, black the next, something the next, and Saturday is pink. But Sunday you don't practice. You can't wait to get the pink ball, can you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
on Saturday. Yeah, that's what I mean. They've got boring for them.
Yeah. I'm guessing as well, when we do come back, we'll soon quickly see the ones that have put the effort in whilst we've been on lockdown and the ones that haven't and neglected it.
Yeah, and that's what's in their mind. I think that's how I would think in my head with these guys. I would think, I know I'm doing jobs and win the family, but I've got to get on the dartboard. They must keep on that dartboard. If they watch this footage, don't muck about, lads. Get on the dartboard. Otherwise, you'll be in the dustbin when you go back.
Just before the break as well, we saw Michael van Gerwen return to some unbelievable form at the UK Open. Now, I know you're a big fan and you've called him the best you've ever seen. A tournament average of 104 at the UK Open. I think he's put to bed the confidence and the equipment fears.
Oh, it's some player, don't he? It's unbelievable. I mean, I've seen all the good players, for over 45 years, but I've never seen a guy so good every time. That's the difference. Every time I do a lot of exhibitions with motors, don't I? With you as well. He plays the same. He can go 12, 11, 11, 12, everything. Amazing. And he's a nice boy. That's what I like. He's a nice guy. He's been brought up right.
Is that worrying for the rest of the field as well, that he's changed manufacturer, joined Winmau, and he hasn't taken that long to adjust to new equipment as well? Because they were all saying we might have 3 to 6 months of Michael adjusting, and he's won the first ranking TV tournament of the year. Is that a worry for everyone else?
Well, to change your darts is a bit difficult, but he's young. He's got a lot of ability. He's born a dart player. He can throw nails if you give him a couple of hours with him. You know, I mean, he can throw nails. Winmau nails, set of Winmau nail darts. No flights in them though. But he's born with the gift to play darts, and he's hungry all the time. He's hungry. Doesn't matter what he wins. He's forgot that. It's what he's going to win. That's what he's like. He's greedy, but you've got to be greedy to be like him. You got they must hate him. They must be, oh, he's going down to Swanee, he's dipping a bit, and then he comes back and wins all the piece, aren't he? You know? They must hate him.
Oh,
I laugh, I do, but I love watching it because it makes me laugh.
again, are you watching any of the darts on the TV? Because there's a lot of reruns of the old classics at the moment. Are you enjoying some of the older moments?
No, I haven't watched any footage. No, I haven't. Too busy. I'm in bed, she said. Oh, no, that's a lie. She's telling lies. I'll get up fairly early, but I hadn't watched anything, no. But I'll just go, we're looking at the old darts worlds and all that, because people are talking about the news of the world and all the people that won it on Facebook, and it's quite interesting to learn something about the old days, how different it was.
You know, massively different.
Oh, they're spoiled now. Spoiled, aren't they? Wraps up in cotton wool now. You know, have a mind that they go to the toilet. That's what gets me. When I work for Jason, I have a minder come with me. Now, it's all right when I'm having a wee, but when I'm having a dump, there's two gorillas outside the door, so I have to put toilet paper down the lute so they don't hear the plops. It's unbelievable. You can't go in the crowds. It's just different. It's completely different. But good luck to them. They earn the money.
How do you think today's generation would have fared in, again, the old school games against you, Eric, and all that?
Well, you can't really. It's different. The dartboards were different anyway. The trebles are smaller, as you know. It was 8-foot distance. It's different. It's the best of three. Mostly they were best of 3, 501. Now anyone can win that. That's dangerous, really dangerous. But some of them would do it, but not as many. They wouldn't play as you wouldn't see them on the stage so much. There'd be a gap because best of three, got to win the toss or win the bullseye. You're one down, you're in trouble. That's it. It's a tough game. I'm not saying they wouldn't do it, but it's unlikely that you'll see the same people do it. You know, we went to America, 301, double start, double finish. 301. How about that? And you had to go up the bullseye every time the new game, you went up the ball. Well, if you win the ball, first of all, and you check out, and then you win the ball next, he's in trouble. You've got this really dodgy game. News of the world was the same. If you're one down, you're in trouble. But today, best of the World Masters says Winmau World Masters is best of 5, which is unusual. It was in our day, best of 5 legs, but it's sets now. But Bob Anderson won it 3 times on the spin, best of 5 legs. He wasn't invited in the last 16 either. He started on the floor. Now, to do that, that's some dart player to do that. But then he went big-headed and never won nothing after that. He won't like that. If Roy Rogers, I've called him. They call him the cat, Roy Rogers. All right, Roy, never mind.
Bobby, it's an absolute pleasure talking to you, going down memory lane, talking about some of the old things. Thanks very much for taking time out here at Winmau, mate, and stay safe and look after yourself in these